Hello there.
Hi.
Charlie here, the founder of the Projector movement, and I'm here with Sarah Lemmerman. And as some of you may know, we are running a success training, an upcoming success training. But we just wanted to jump on at this time because we wanted to share a bit about our own journeys and a bit about the past and how it unfolded from more of a generator way to a projector way. And it's good to see so many of you jumping on, and hello. So as we know, success for a projector is the signature. So when we're in alignment, we are here to be successful. And because we've come in only around 300 years ago, we've come into a world that does things very, very differently to what we innately do within our soul and what we're here to actually be. So it's a very unique wiring that we're here to learn. And Sarah, it's good to have you here.
Thank you.
And we've been putting the final touches on the training, and we're really excited about that. But I just wanted to hear more personally about your journey, because you've been in the workforce in a way, or working for 20 or so years. So what's your journey and how's that gone for you?
Yeah, thank you. Hi, everyone. Good to see so many projectors together. I always feel so much more comfortable when I know I'm talking to the projector tribe, the projector nation. So nice to meet many of you. My journey to where I am now wasn't the smoothest ride before I found out I was a projector, specifically talking about success and work, which is the inspiration behind this next training. I came from working in a generating job. I was a pharmaceutical sales rep for 12 years, highly successful from the monetary standpoint, but totally overworked and burnt out and was getting sick, which was the reason I ended up leaving. I fractured my back, a very projector story, get sick, get injured, and I moved to San Francisco and I studied East-West psychology, my master's, and became more of an integrative therapist, but was still implementing work as a generator. So I still had that same belief system that I had to get the clients and I had to work and see so many people a day. And I was so frustrated because I was now actually doing something that was really aligned with me, but very was not feeling successful. And once I discovered I was a human design projector and began to implement and connect to what it means to be successful for a projector, which is very different than the rest of the world, and totally changed my life, and saw that we projectors need a very specific instruction on how to really harness our success that you're not going to get in any sort of business program or from a mentor or things like that unless they are projectors. So a bit of a longer story, but that was the inspiration of this training, was my journey and wanting to help other people reach the success that they deserve.
And I just saw someone, I think it was Arch or maybe saying CIIIS.
Yes.
CIIS.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was the Californian Institute of Integral Studies near San Francisco.
Yes, in San Francisco.
So yes, that was sort of a changing point on your journey.
Mm-hmm.
And a little bit about my journey. I've had multiple businesses over my time, but as I discovered human design 7 or 8 years ago and have been deconditioning over a long period of time, the way I've moved into business is extremely different. And when we understand how to do it as projectors, I guess one of the things that you notice is the efficiency, because the energetic output is compared to the results you're getting, like the results go up a lot when you're actually in alignment. And one of the things about being in alignment is a lot of projectors are like quite top heavy in the mind, because we're trying to figure out how to do this reality. Like, we've got such a sensitive system, and our aura is super sensitive as well, but it also penetrates, so it can repel people if we're moving in too strongly. We see other people doing that. And when we come into this reality, we're just like, okay, how do we do this? How do we actually come into our success? And it starts at a deep vibrational tone and energy, and getting in contact with our blueprint, our unique essence within ourselves. And that ripples out. But many projectors, we get many questions and many people going like, well, what job should I have, or how do I do this? And it's actually about coming into this frequency within and allowing your soul to unfold its own unique path. And then there are very practical things to do as well that are either in alignment or out of alignment that we need to know. But as I said at the start, when a projector is in alignment, we are literally here to be successful. That is what we're here to be. So it's a signpost and signature of whether we're in alignment or not. And the way that business and projector and success sort of come together is the projector's signature is success and the not self is bitterness. So as projectors, we're here to be successful, and business for a projector, we're here to guide. So actually, a business is almost like an energetic container or platform for our soul to stand on or stand within, to share a frequency, but also potentially a mastery of a system into the world, and for that to be received. But when we're in alignment, things start to happen very, very magically, which I'm sure you know a bit about. I don't know if you want to share anything on that, but
yeah, I can share briefly with what you're saying. One of the biggest shifts that I don't want to say hard, but was an opportunity for me to get in alignment, was that the frequency of success happens within yourself first. So I can have all of the knowledge, all of the understanding, but if my inner being, if I haven't aligned my inner world to the projector essence, then the most brilliant words that we have to offer, the most sophisticated inventions that we have, or what we're here to do, won't land or won't give us the greatest amount of impact or success if our inner world isn't vibrating to that essence. That was one of the biggest things for me as a projector that continued to have me do my own inner work to align that slower rhythm of a projector, this different embodiment that is not the embodiment of the rest of the world. And so we, as many of you have seen, this training that's coming up that we're offering is this beautiful 4-week journey that builds upon aligning our inner world, understanding our own frequency, and then also going into more of the logistical, tactical things of how can I be successful in this world when I don't have that same motor? What are some tangible things I can do?
Another thing I see within the human design world as you were speaking is there's so much knowledge, there's so much technical knowledge within the human design system. And Ra said the reason for this system is to get out of the mind, yet I see it actually pulling people into the mind. I'm sure if you're watching this and you found out about your human design, you see the chart, wow, fascinating. The mind is overstimulated and it's like, but what is this number? What is this gate? What is this thing? It actually pulls us up most of the time. Like 99% of people get pulled up. The reason for human design is the complete opposite. Many people talk about deconditioning. That is to actually pull us down from the mind. And as projectors, we all don't have the sacral center. And the sacral center has the most energy out of any center. So we don't have this. So it's actually unwinding the hooks and the mental patterns as well as the energetic patterns that comes through the sacral center, which is deeply powerful center. But we can be deeply wise around this center. But unless you're actually completely deconditioning through your system, through the human design lens, it's very rare for someone to actually get any results in their life. Many people may get mental stimulation, excitement. Wow, this is fascinating. I want to know more. But it's only when we actually start to deeply drop from here, which is exactly what Ra said. Another thing Ra said was about projectors. He goes, I have no idea who you are. Like, people would ask him about projectors, he'd be like, I don't know. Like, you guys are just something else. And that's the beauty of learning from projectors, because wisdom comes through us in such a powerful way when we open ourselves up and decondition. We actually receive a lot of information. So when we receive, projectors are actually here to bring that information forward to support the deconditioning and activation of other projectors, because projectors have been specifically placed on the planet very, very recently in history to completely rewire and rebirth the way that we are doing things right now. The way that generators, the energetic beings, are doing things. We have been placed here to guide the energy in a very different way. Otherwise, we can see the path that potentially we're going down. It's the energy's distorted. So we're here to receive and guide in a potent, powerful way. And we need projectors to be able to do that pretty soon, because the world is shifting and you hold access to a huge amount of wisdom. And when you align yourself to that and create containment around that and understand it, you can move into the world and profoundly shift your life, but more importantly, profoundly shift humanity and the way that we're moving. So I want to add that as well. Anything else you want to share, Sarah?
Yeah, there's so much. I could keep going and talking for so long. Yeah, I will just say this, because projectors, we can be here and be successful in the generating world in terms of whatever business success looks like. But there's a huge opportunity for us, because typically when we find success in that way, we are the side effects of getting burnt out, sick, all of these things. Life is trying to redirect us to a new way. And the success that you receive when you're in your aligned strategy as a projector, when you're embodied in the frequency that is a slower rhythm, that is connected to the vibration of life, you're not only reaping the success of income, you are reaping the success of your health, of an inner tranquility, of an effortlessness that is where your system can finally exhale. And to me, that's worth more than just the financial success that we are aligned to, but that we all deserve after living most of our lives in the dark about how we are to exist in the world. That reclamation of self, that coming home to this inner peace, ultimately is the quickest way to receive the success, because our frequency projects out into the world stronger than any other type. And so when we've done our inner work, when we have embodied this peaceful presence, that is how we shift the world, actually. And that is when the world comes towards us, because they're feeling a frequency that's attractive. So I just wanted to offer that definition of success isn't, yes, it's money. We all deserve that. It's beyond that. It's a whole feeling of success in your being that is your authentic birthright.
As the great change is happening, 2027, but things are shifting. Huge things are shifting externally, but also within ourselves, within our genetics right now, within our DNA. Projectors are here to post 2027, we're said to be stepping into quite a lot of leadership roles, because the world is going to be looking for what we're receiving, how to actually guide the energy. So whether you call it life, the creator, God, creation, is wanting to move in a direction. So if you align yourself in that direction, God, the creator, says yes. Like, you have done incredible work. We're going in that direction. You've placed yourself in the river that the river's going, and then it's like boom, 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 and it's off. Whereas if you're totally stuck in through the mind, through the open centers, the conditioned centers, so many things, the generator world, if you're stuck there, there's going to be really no invitations coming your way. There's going to be no recognition, because that's a sign that actually no, you need to shift first, move over here, and then, oh, look at your life now. It starts to, take off through, as Sarah said, like drawing you out, like through invitations, through recognition. So that's the most important thing as a projector, is to understand this frequency, this blueprint, and the projector frequency. Many projectors, when they find out, they go, oh, I'm a projector. It sucks. I don't have any energy. Like, I don't even want to be like this thing. What is this thing? But actually, projectors are profoundly powerful beings. And when you feel that, and when you understand that, in a way you sort of smile from within, because you feel this power and this deep resonance and connection. But when you're off or out of alignment, it feels like a total uphill battle. You're pushing like a 100-ton boulder up a hill, and if you stop for a moment, it's going to run you over. Like, it's this constant, like, I have to do it all. But it's like, let's just drop the boulder and let's move over to a different place over here, because that's where it's supposed to be. And this is the way to do it. So it's a total rewiring. I think that's about all I want to say. Thank you for listening. I'm sure you probably have a couple more words, but
yes, of course.
You've got a defined ajna, defined throat.
Yeah, I speak.
So we could just hand the microphone over to Sarah for the next hour.
No, I won't.
I've got seven open centers.
I won't do that.
So I could just sit here in silence, but
no, I won't do that. But I will say this, because I just have a message that I want to share to the projectors in this world right now. That we are much needed and desired, and the time is now for us to you see how powerful that was? Our lights went out.
Continue.
Yeah,
this is big. Hang on.
It's big.
Hold up.
I said something was coming through.
Hold up.
That was awesome.
Keep going.
Maybe I don't need to say anything. That's how powerful that message was. Just shut the lights off.
We want to hear what you're going to say.
Okay, let me get back to that. What I was going to say is that if you look around the world right now, and that it is, one could say, it can feel quite dark, and as projectors that we've lived in a way that we haven't been, our system hasn't been taught how to be. So a lot of us have lived lives that might have felt dark or might have felt challenged. And as Charlie mentioned, 2027 is this great change, and we are the leaders of that change. And so right now, the best thing that we can do is do our inner work, is to understand as much as possible this frequency that we embody, that we receive through our open sacral, that no other type can. And I say this and I have goosebumps, that we really are here to bring a much needed change on the planet, moving from a generative, just destructive power over dynamic, and we embody a new way. And so I just deeply honor each of you on this call, who's listening to this call, that us doing this work to really become masters of this unique rhythm that we carry, beyond just the success personally, it is a calling for humanity for us to lead a new way. So I will just offer that to each of you. And we are starting this training in a few weeks, and would love for you to be on there. And we're just so grateful that you're listening and a part of the Projector movement. And so however our paths cross, may you journey well.
Do you want to say anything else? You've still got a defined throat.
No.
Looks like she's finished. Thank you, everyone. Blessings your way, and thank you for tuning in, and have a beautiful day or night wherever you are. And thank you so much, Sarah, for sharing your wisdom with us at this time. Okay.
All right.